and wildfires out here in the West Coast, one of our biggest problems is we need to get all the interested people at the same table talking about land management out here, because Mother Nature would come through, burn up those combustibles every 5 to 7 years or whatever the wildfire rate was, and nobody was stopping it. So it would burn through, and then you would have all these small wildfires. And unfortunately, we've got all this state and federal land out here that's maybe being managed differently, where they hurry up and put the fire out, but then the combustibles keep getting in bigger, bigger, bigger. And now we have these massive fires that really didn't happen 200 years ago, because the smaller fires went through and kind of did its own little prescribed burn. And I think we got to really get that dialed in from a state and federal level as well, so we don't get these big fires that we've been having recently.
Yeah, you can trace the roots of this all the way back to, I believe it's the 1920s, and even the early 1910s, the big blow up that occurred out in Montana, Idaho, which was really timber. The railways were out there.
Mm-hmm.
This started the policy of extreme wildfire suppression. They called it the 10 a.m. policy. So the idea was to suppress and take care of every single wildfire by the 10 a.m. the next morning. Well, that didn't leave policy until the early 2000s. We were still functioning under that general policy philosophy, which so now we're looking at the better part of almost a century trying to undo a century of policy decisions that were centered around suppression in environments that needed fire as part of their ecosystems already.